Hey, good morning, y'all. I got my TV froze because I'm getting ready to do another post on a video, but I wanted to go back and use this young man I'm getting ready to repost again, his comments, because this is like a great introductory into what I'm about to post, and this is mostly to the YT people and the tears that they are crying. But this is the situation that they created. And I'll go into more details. All right, let's get started.
Case when the 14th was added. What are your thoughts?
If you don't like Trump, get the fuck out of America. Trump said birthright citizenship is only for fucking black people. Native Americans always being disrespectful to black people, talking about we ain't indigenous to America, but I'm finna bust your fucking bubble. And in 1924, Indian citizenship was signed into law, granting U.S. citizenship to all natives born in America, because you're not fucking indigenous. And the Trail of Tears happened in 1830 through 1850. That's 20 fucking years, meaning that y'all went through 20 years of bullshit with the Europeans when they came to fucking America. And the Underground Railroad, for as black people, happened from the 1700s to the end of the fucking Civil War, ended in 1865. So we went through centuries of problems with European people burning down our ancestors' houses, businesses, farms, stealing our goats, cows, sheep, every goddamn thing that we worked hard for. Manslaughter, being hung. We went through so many motherfucking things. But your people only went through 20 years and not one was hung. You just went through 20 years trying to fight for some shit that wasn't yours. You went through 20 years walking down Trail of Tears, crying and bitching because y'all wanted our land. Y'all wanted our history. And y'all signed motherfucking government contracts to live on Indian reservations to have our motherfucking history. Stop saying all black people come from fucking Africa, because the blacks that's in America is not fucking African. If you look on the job application, it say black or African American. Us in America is black. Africans that come over from Africa to America is considered African Americans. You dumb fuck. Just like on the job application, you can see it say Native American or Alaska Native. The so-called Native Americans are truly Alaska Natives. That's why they live.
I want to clarify something because we're elder and we, in my lifetime, this is a topic that came up a long time ago about the history of where these Native Americans came from, and we were told that they came from Canada out of Alaska, where they migrated here to the United States. But when they migrated here to the United States, there were already indigenous people here. And when they did round up the freemen and the indigenous people, they threw us all in there together, along with Native Americans, to the Trail of Tears. And you can find a lot of this information if you follow the Cherokee Nation, okay? Because the lighter that they looked, they said, okay, you can keep your land, but the darker ones, we're gonna put them into bondage. And but then when they started signing these things, the colonists said, no, let's just take them all, which founded the Trail of Tears.
Teepees, Eskimos and shit, just look it the fuck up.
Look it up. That's
Real
where they
Indians
came from.
had houses. Real Indians had shit that the white man wanted. And that's why black people, houses, businesses, and shit was burned down. That's why we was enslaved, because we were good at building. We was good at farming. We was good at crop. We was good at all that shit.
Now, you hear this, let this make sense to us. These people had teepees, but they were buildings here and the structures here. How do you go from greatness to worse? You know, so there's a lot of things that hasn't been told about this country, but we are finding it out. And hey, all you got to do is go look back at it. Okay, these people didn't have homes and things, and they brought them over here to take our place. They did. They lived in teepees. We've had pyramids and everything. Cities that are they bury them under rivers and things. But you know what? God has a way of uncovering things. The truth will come out and it will be exposed.
And they needed us to do the shit. And on top of it, look at the scheme.
God loves us.
The Son loves us. God loves us. So guess what? We're going to use God chosen people that can stand the sun, that don't get burned up, to get out here and work this motherfucking field.
Birthright citizenship and the 14th Amendment has always been about foundational Black Americans. Case closed, no debate. But they try to find loopholes in it the same way they try to find loopholes in the civil rights era, the same way they try to find loopholes in our rallies, our protests, and our marches, the same way they're trying to find loopholes right now with reparations. Everything that immigrants do has to be funneled through what Black Americans have created. Everything from the United States of America to a reparations paycheck. Birthright citizenship is for foundational Black Americans. Immigrants want to get in on it. Civil rights were for foundational Black Americans. Immigrants want to get in on it. Reparations is for foundational Black Americans. Immigrants want to get in on it. There's this whole system that has been created where you take things that Black Americans have created and then you try to hand it off to all these other groups. And when foundational Black Americans say, hell to the law, and we snatch it back because we delineate, everybody cries foul. Well, your ass gonna be shedding some tethered tears because we don't give a damn. This is our house. This is our time, and what we say goes. And if we shut you down in the process, you just gonna be shut down and you gotta live with it. If you name everything that Black Americans have done, if you name everything Black Americans have created, it all goes back to the excellence of our country, but don't nobody ever want to put the spotlight on that. That's fine, because we're gonna put the spotlight on it, and everybody knows our spotlight shines brightest amongst everybody's. And all we doing, family, is that we putting a twist on it. Each brother and sister, king, queen, goddess, and God, and we doing it our way. They cannot see us, not at all. They can try, but they're gonna fail. And everybody always fails when they come up against us.
The 14th Amendment was specifically written to protect the citizenship of formerly enslaved Black people. As a legal expert, he is surely aware of the unambiguous language contained in the 14th Amendment. Yes, the affirming of the citizenship for formerly enslaved Black people was the impetus for the establishment of the 14th Amendment, but it actually went much farther than that. The citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment reads as follows: all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor...
Do y'all hear that? This is what they're doing. They're giving all of these indigenous people our privileges and entitlement to people that can come here and claim refuge in a way, or just mainly trying to get into America. Majority of them go through this system of getting a handout to be able to benefit off an entitlement that was meant for Pacific people, and they have been, not all of them, has been robbing this benefit and becoming rich off of it. Just like these Latinos here that own this building, and amongst others, they are in every state. And our money has paid for their racism against us and their hatred against us.
Shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws.
And before I start this, because this is what this recording is going to be about. Why are these people crying? Why are these people crying? They're the ones who got out and are protecting these people that are robbing and denying the real people that are entitled to this. We just had a mayor arrested here in Massachusetts, a Latino man, established a business and then paid for his mayor campaign through fraud of the pandemic. And we're hearing more and more and more cases like this, how these people are becoming millionaires and opening up franchise businesses like these buildings from fleecing from America. And they've been doing this for a long time. And each mayor and governor in your state that is allowing these people these resources are going against the Constitution of America. We have to band together. The people that belong here have to band together, because you all are now suffering just like we are suffering. But see, the difference is y'all got out there and rallied against MAGA and against ICE. Some of y'all even walked off of y'all jobs in protests. And now you're sitting up here crying? And these people are robbing, some of them, millions and billions of dollars, sending that money home? Grocery prices are high, gas prices are high. And yet you're still backing these people. I don't agree with what MAGA is doing, but I do agree with what ICE is doing, and I do agree 100% of what Trump is doing. He's going back to the basics. What made this country great again. So on that aspect, think about it. Can America really afford this budget that we're on? You see where our tax dollars are going. So can America really keep up funding this situation and going hungry at the same time? It's time to stop the fleecing, and that is the entitlement of others, because once you cut off that entitlement, if Trump don't send it to Israel, that means that those billions of dollars that are funding immigrants and refugees people can go into the budget to make our lives improve, and that's you all and us. So why are y'all crying? Y'all support what the Democrats are doing. Y'all support this.
And now he's going to take away food stamps the whole month of November. And let me tell you what, 1 out of every 5 people that are on food stamps are veterans. They have fought for this country, and President Trump is punishing poor people for the No Kings rally. That's what he's doing. See, President Trump doesn't want to be president anymore. He wants to be the king. He's already established everything that he has to do. And look, you've seen what them young Republicans were writing, and you've seen that guy come out and say, well, this is just what all Republicans do and say behind the scenes. It's no big deal. This is how we all feel. They're all racist, male chauvinist, pedophiles, and now they want us to accept that. Look, President Trump's ratings are dropping like the rent on a burning building. He doesn't care that you don't agree with what he's doing. He's just going to start punishing the poorest of us all. And that's making America great.
Living in America right now feels like a punishment. You wake up already behind, you go to work just to stay broke, and you watch the cost of everything rise while your paycheck doesn't move an inch. Groceries are a luxury, rent is robbery, healthcare is a joke, and somehow we're the ones blamed for not budgeting better. People are working 2-3 jobs and still choosing between food or gas. Families are crammed into apartments because buying a house became a fantasy. You can't afford to get sick, you can't afford to rest. You can't afford to exist. But they keep telling us the economy's strong. Strong for who? Because it sure as hell isn't the people doing the work. We're out here treading water while billionaires build rockets, politicians trade stocks, and corporations raise prices just because they can.
Build ballrooms at the White House.
We got survival. And what makes this worse is watching people blame themselves. Like somehow you failed because you can't afford a 1-bedroom anymore. Like you didn't do enough, when the truth is the math just stopped adding up.
Welcome to Black America.
They told us to work harder, but never told us they'd change the finish line. This isn't a country full of lazy people. It's a country full of exhausted ones. Simple as that.
I'm really starting to think that Trump is purposely trying to destroy the U.S. economy and get America to collapse the way the USSR did, so that him and his billionaire buddies can buy everything up for pennies on the dollar and turn us into a full-blown oligarchy the way Russia did after the USSR collapsed. That's the only thing that makes sense in my brain, because everything that he is doing is isolating America from its allies. He is destroying trade on the world stage with us and all of the people we do trade with. I mean, China's putting exports on restrictions on all of their rare earth exports at this point. There's literally nothing that he's done since he took office that is good for the American people or the American economy. Everything that he has done has been for billionaires and has been at the detriment of the U.S. as a country. Like, our entire workforce is being decimated now as he is sending a whole bunch of people out of the country who used to do jobs like construction and farming. So we're gonna have a food shortage because there's not enough people picking the food. We're gonna have a worse housing problem because there's not enough people building the houses. And it literally seems like everything that he is doing is just designed to destroy this country, and yet the MAGA people are still licking his boots. It's wild.
White fragility makes way more sense. Because if white people were truly supreme, why is there so much effort spent trying to hold black people back?
Hello, ma'am. Hey, the park is closed, ma'am. Okay. It means you can't be here. The park is closed. It's a public park. It's closed, though, ma'am. You have to get in your car and you have to go. You can't be at the public park. Says who? Says the city. Okay, I mean, like, do you work for the city? It doesn't matter, ma'am. The park is closed, ma'am. You need to get your things and you need to leave the park. No, not. You're going to leave the park? You need to leave the park. Last time I checked, this is a public park. It doesn't matter if it's a public park, ma'am. The city park is closed at no, it's not. The park is closed, ma'am. Ma'am, the park is closed at this time. I will make sure I tell them too, but right now you got to get your things together. Who are you? The park is closed, ma'am. Who are you supposed to be like? Ma'am, it doesn't matter who I am, ma'am. The park is closed. The park is closed, ma'am. Okay, I just need you to get in your car, ma'am. The park is closed. The park is closed, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am. I'm going to show you the park. I'm telling you the park. I'm going to show you the park. You can't show me, ma'am. I'm showing you right now, ma'am. I'm showing you right now, ma'am. The park is closed. I'm going to show you the park closed. Let me calm down, one. I'm going to show you the park closed. Hello? I'm going to show you that they closed. Please? I'm going to show you that they closed. Please? I'm going to show you that they closed. This lady has brought out a weapon now. This lady has brought out a weapon. And I'm just letting you know that the park is closed. The park is closed. The park is closed. Help me! Please help me! Please help me! Please help me! Help! Please get off me! What the fuck is going on, bro? Yo, don't take the bro. Now you're not getting the fake, bro. Help! You're not getting the fake. I'm not.
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you? Don't touch his phone. Do not touch his phone. I'm not touching you. You put your stomach on my hand. No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down. Please. She's just crying. They're not crying. I got your video. Wait, you put it out? Hassan, you put it out? Hassan, you put it out? This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move. All right, so why don't we reset the bike? I'm not resetting the bike. It's his. I'm going to pull it out on your account. You're an actor. This is my fake crying. This fake crying. Stop fake crying. Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you. Hold on. Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me. Why did you take this place? Stop touching me. I will. Exactly. So take it. So take it. Fuck out of here. The baby gonna come out with something. How you stop crying? Not a tear came down, miss. Not a tear came down.
This Karen tried to cut my client in line at Target.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. And back up. Right here now. And back up. And this is all on video. Exactly, because you thought you were going to get in front of me. Exactly. Get your shit and get out of here. Who are you talking to? You. You're not talking to me. I am trying to make a return here. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So why do you think you're so entitled? You thought you were going to come and stand in front of me? And then I correct you about what you did. You thought you were going to come and get in my face. We're not doing that today. You did.
Y'all, I paused this for a moment because I'm on the same show, but it just switched to this Karen issue. I've been seeing a lot of this lately. Here is why we are being quiet too. Because y'all still have this attitude that we still have to be under you all and submissive to y'all, and that we still don't have the rights and things that we're entitled to. That's why we're not joining your fight with what's going on in this country, because you all need to make the first step. You all need to choose the decision that you are going to do with America. Donald Trump's rolling back segregation was predictable. And basically this is what it is. And we, instead of waiting till it gets down to the point, you need to start softening the cushion as we're going down. Meaning that we need to get and keep the resources that are going out of this country, and the ones that people are monopolizing, because once they get one company, they set it up in another state and another state. These people are becoming millionaires and elected government officials through a handout that what they were never entitled to. You need to get your stuff back, and we need to get our stuff back as well and put things back in order. It's either them or us. And I know the side, my prediction is what y'all on, because I could see Democrats coming back into office. Neither one is good for this country, but one is protecting the finances of this company, even though some of them is being switched out. But YTP America, y'all need to wake up. Y'all pay for college education and for doctors, lawyers, or whatever professions that they pursued. Now the universities, y'all can't even afford to send your children there. But hey, a lot of their kids are still going, because they getting government assistance. They're getting affordable housing. They're getting these grants to go to college, to improve themselves. And you all are saying, yay, 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 give it to them, give it to them, give it to them. But it's taken away from us, but y'all turn around and look to us for the solutions, but you give us nothing to work with, because you're giving it all to them. Stop being so selfish. When you do the right things will fall in line. You're not falling in line with God's order. So sleep on that. All right, signing out. Love y'all. Oh, let me tell you, I should have been talking to you all this way, but wow. Compared to what's going on in Africa and what China is doing over there, and seeing how they're fringing, how can you come into another person's dwelling, a continent, not a country, a whole continent, and come in there? They slapped this African because he was 2 days absent from work. This Chinaman went up and slapped him. And they were arguing. He said, how dare you come into my country and slap me? Do it again. Do it again. This is my country. But China is stealing. And I've also arrested someone. They had a supermarket. And they said that the natives, the Africans can't come in there. They said, no, this is our restaurant and only we can come in here. So the African government closed the market down and sealed it off. Africa is doing more than what we are doing. They are waking up to saying no more fleecing in America. I mean, from anybody else. They were stealing lithium and other copper and other stuff. But then they're building up businesses over there, and they beating up the workers. They're treating them like enslaved people that have to follow underneath their colonism. This is not just America's problem, it's worldwide. This is people coming into your land and your country, and like a lot of them here, they're doing the same thing, but they're getting the blueprint from America. Believe it or not, the colonists, because they're the only ones that felt that they could go somewhere, and they've been doing this all around the world, setting up their bases and stuff. You know, they can go into your country, like these people, and want to rule, and they have no foundational background to come in here and be entitled to that entitlement. You want America back again? Then you know what to do during this election. Regardless of how bad it feels. If he's saving that amount of money by doing what he's doing, it's money that's going back into the economy. On the other side, they said, no, we got to take care of everybody, regardless of what your family is going through. See, it ain't Democrat just on the black side of making sure that we get stuff, because we're not even getting it. They're getting it. So with this election time, make sure you vote for the right people. And make sure you know what you're voting for. Because it's your kids' future that you're voting for. Signing out. And the likes